everyone. Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Shlonsky, and we've got a great show for you today, as always, as we take you right to the rundown now and show you who you can expect on the program today. We'll be starting things off with 25 again, then we'll move to the kitchen for Taste of Louisville and round out the show today with Desmond Law. But we mentioned we are starting things off today with 25 again, so I want to introduce you to a familiar face. She hasn't been with me before, but RN and founder of 25 Again, Lisa Enenbach. Welcome back to Listens Live.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We've got a lot to get to, and I love going through your notes here, the very first question, because it's a new year, everybody's got these goals, and the very first thing you put in here is what is new in the world of weight loss, which is wonderful as people are trying to get their new routines down.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to really start off with saying if you're watching this show, it's no coincidence. I guarantee either you or someone that you know needs to lose weight. Unfortunately, it's an epidemic here, and in Kentucky, we're in the top 10 states. But never mind that. We actually have, I've been in the business for 12 years now, Brian, and you don't understand how excited I am about this new weight loss program that we have. Again, I've been in the business for 12 years, and I never thought in my lifetime of the business that we would see the magic of weight loss. The roadblock, there's no barriers to this. Your results are guaranteed. Now, what I want to point out, though, is how different we are when it comes to weight loss. Anybody can give you the medications. Everybody's heard of them. They're out there. I've always said when Oprah gets skinny and stays skinny, there's a magic way. And there is, and it's true. But what's really the most important about us and what sets us apart from everyone else is the fact that people are losing all this weight. They can give you the medication. Well, if they have access to it. There is a shortage, and we do have access. But you want to maintain that muscle as well. Losing fat is one thing. Losing muscle is another. So again, we are the experts in not only getting the weight off, but keeping the weight off and keeping it off in a healthy way. And that's so important in the world of weight loss.
I know a lot of people, we've now piqued their attention because you said a lot of great things there. You said guarantees, you have access. There's a lot of things that our community maybe was late to getting that you see celebrities and other people across the country getting. That is here now. You're able to help with that. So let's walk people through the process and what that's like if they're hearing this today and they say, okay, this sounds like the program for me.
Okay. Well, let's start with proper motivation. My husband and I use that term because what is your motivation? You know, weight is not a healthy thing. Maybe you want to be around for your kids. Of course you do. Your grandkids. Maybe you have an ex that you want to make jealous. Maybe you want to look good because you're in the dating scene again. I mean, there's lots of reasons. Your reason, your why is your why. But the process is easy. I think we're going to put up a QR code here in a minute. It is the ticket to your dream body. Just scan and you can. You can lose that weight. You can have that dream body. You can keep the weight off. It is possible, and it's never been easier. And again, I want to point out how different we are. We are the experts in not only weight loss, but keeping the weight off. We do have access to the medications. We are very competitive, if not the cheapest in town. Scan that QR code once we show it, or give us a call at 502-425-0500. The lines do get really, there you go, there's a QR code, thank you. The lines do get really busy when we do the show, so please just be a little bit patient. If we don't answer, leave a message. Crystal is our patient care advocate. Either her or one of her associates will give you a call back. We do have 7 clinics over the course, over a couple states actually. But again, we do have this program. It is effortless on your part, but we are going to teach you afterwards, because of course we don't want you to lose weight effortlessly and then just be unhealthy because there's this
that yo-yo that people go through.
Absolutely. We're going to spend an hour with you, Brian, in the very first meeting. Studies show you only have 5 to 7 minutes with a practitioner when you go in. We spend on the very first visit an hour. We're going to go over all of the lab work that we get. Do bring your insurance. We are a separate company from labs. Excuse me. But we are going to go over everything. We are going to find out which medication is best for you. If you haven't heard of the medications that are the magic meds, then you've probably been living under a rock. But again, we have access to them. There is a national shortage. Why? Because everybody wants it. I get texts, emails all the time about, do you have this? What is the process? How can I do it? The process couldn't be easier, again, with that code. Please get your phones out or give us a call, and your dream body is right there at one little click.
I know that weight loss is just one aspect of achieving that dream body, but for people who are numbers oriented and they say, well, how much weight could I realistically lose? I know it's different for every person, but is there a number that we can put behind that when we're talking about this process?
We've seen astronomical numbers. I mean, we've seen people lose in a couple weeks, 10 pounds. We've seen 80 pounds lost. The medication is relatively new. It's not new, but it's relatively new. But yes, the results are quick. And you're right. If someone needs to lose 100 pounds, you're going to get weight off sooner because you have more weight to lose. If you've only got 10 or 15 pounds, it's going to be a little bit slower, but that's okay. Again, it's effortless and it's guaranteed.
I think you just spoke to a great sector of the population there, because we know how beneficial these programs can be for people who need to get a lot off and do it fast for a lot of medical reasons, not just the dream body, but also just being healthy in general. For the people who are say, hey, I'm already doing, I think, the right things. I think I'm eating healthy. I'm going to the gym multiple times a week, whatever that may be, but I'm still not there. There's still a program for them as well, right?
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, because this is a kickstart if you need that motivation, but there is follow-up. There is, as you age, if you're 35 and above, you probably need us. If you're 40 and above, you definitely do. That's kind of my little tagline, and it's true. Your hormone levels are going to go down as you age. Your thyroid is probably not where it needs to be. We check everything. There are so many different tests for thyroid that we test that most people don't, and that is important in metabolism. That's not the magic pill, though, let me say. But you're right. We do have programs for hormone health, preventative care. It all ties together, though, and that's important. Getting the weight off could be your motivation. It will be your motivation, and then keeping it off. Again, we are going to guide you through that. We are going to be your cheerleaders. We are going to see you weekly, and it's just $99 to get started on that dream body, on that dream life. Whatever it is that you're after. And that's a great point.
Okay, Lisa, we got about 30 seconds left. We've got the information up here. I want to make sure that you hit the contact info one more time, and then anything else you want to get out there in the next 30 that people can really hit home all the great stuff we talked about here today. Okay,
so hopefully you saw the graphics up there, but if you didn't, here they're still up there. Great. 502-425-0500. Please leave a message. We will get back to you by the end of the day. There is the QR code. Of course, there's 25again.com. You can get online. We have an Instagram. We have Facebook. We have all the things to get you started. You have no excuses. And I know you or someone that you know or love needs to lose weight, unfortunately, because it is such an epidemic here.
And you started off the program saying, hey, maybe this is your sign. We think you're watching today for a reason. This is that reason. Thanks for being with us here today, sharing all this wonderful stuff, and look forward to having you on again soon.
I appreciate it. Nice talking with you.
Stay with us here on Wave Listens Live. A lot more to come. We are moving to the kitchen for the next segment. Taste of Louisville is here. You want to hear all about the details for this year's event.